I get it. It's just in his case, he wanted personally to help rid the world of cataracts without going through surgery. That was his big thing. Do it naturally. You can do it naturally. All right. And he had all these plans for taking these cataract eye drops to third world countries and stuff like that. It was his big thing. Okay. It was a big deal. But not many people are like that. I'm kind of like that in my own right. I have my big programs I'm all interested in because I like to teach people empowerment. All this chatting I'm doing and everything else, I'm just passionate about helping people figure out why nothing works online and how to overcome that. Okay, and the stuff we sell, our core competencies, are just two systems. One is, as you know, if you go to Strong Tools and video training series, actually, let me just step back here to make it simple. One's the Moji, the other's the T-Fan. Those are our core competencies and basically the only thing we sell. All we really sell is the main software. One in my case is applications dealing with the main software, Web Macros and Web Scraper Plus, which are the primary core softwares that I sell and have used myself since 2005 for all kinds of package generation to create things I needed to work the way I needed them to work. Biggest point is teaching you what not to waste your time on so that you can start to consider things like my software. That's why I teach you all this stuff, is so that you quit spending months and months going the wrong direction and not knowing why. Okay? There's a very big reason for having to get application style software like what I have. What's the difference? Guy sells you a submitter that allows you to post ads on Backpage. We already talked about the pie concept. Okay, and that applies to almost anything that is sold to hundreds or thousands of people. They all tell you to go to the same website and do the same thing on it. Whatever it is, post something, contact people there, get the information organized, whatever. And when you go, you don't realize the dynamics. What happens when you buy the software on Wednesday and it works, but you're the 47th person to buy it. And by the following Monday, now they've sold it to 100 people. You forgot they were still selling it. You were using it yourself. It didn't occur to you to rack up in your mind's eye how many more sales they were making, therefore how many more people were using it at the same time as you. And when you have hundreds of people using the same exact package in the exact same way, when you have them doing that, then you're going to override a website's bandwidth. You're going to clog their email queue. You're going to outpost their limitations, whatever it is. You're going to clog it. You're going to clog the system. The people who come used to come because there were only 3 posts of interest or something, but now they come and there's 300,000 and they're just all disarrayed and they're garbage, you know, stuff nobody's interested in. There's no quality anymore. The reason we sell this, it's kind of like Word or Excel. If you open Word or Excel, when you buy it, what's it look like? It looks like this. Blank. There's 3 sheets here and not a thing on them. But you can still do stuff with this. You can say if I put a 5 here and I put a 3 there and I add them together, you know, A1 plus B1, then I can actually, equals, sorry, A1 plus B1, of course. Then I can actually make this program do some really interesting stuff. As simple as that looks, I know I can go a whole lot further and make things happen, you know? Huge things. I can take care of all kinds of information gathering I need, right? But it comes blank, utterly, completely blank. But it's not like I had one purpose, and if the purpose dried out tomorrow or become outmoded, the whole software died. No, you can do Excel. You can use Excel to do however many things. Here's another one that's even better. Word. You open it up, it's a completely blank page. There's not even functions. All you can do is make stuff look pretty on it, but you got to figure out what to type, right? And yet it's so thoroughly, extremely important that you have Word. You cannot imagine being without it, right? Outlook's like that. You know, it doesn't come pre-configured with a bunch of email addresses getting emails. You got to plug in your email addresses and create the folders you want and figure out how to flag stuff the way you want and organize it the way you want and everything else, right? And Excel, same thing. It comes completely blank. These softwares are just like that. They arrive with a tremendous amount of power. They come completely blank, and my job is to teach you how to work them to the utmost in a way you can understand to do an incredible number of things. And I mean, I used Web Scraper Plus at one time to create this portfolio arbitrage system. It's difficult to explain, but it's a cool story. I'll give it out on some conferences sometime, but I don't need to sidetrack for it now. Web macros acts like a human, navigates pages like a human. It can do things like recognize the third link down on a page and click it, and it can sort of automate everything you're doing. You know this idea of the robotic arm? Well, this one's got your mouse, right? The concept is whatever you do once, you can tell it, yeah, now I want you to loop that through all this other stuff. And it will just go and do it. It will just and just keep doing it for you completely automatically. And you just hear the web pages click, 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 as it goes through and gets all your stuff done that you need it to do. Submitting tons of posts through forums, whatever. And you can have it log into forums, find the right thread, submit your post, log out, log into the next, find the right thread, submit your post, log out, and it can be as controlled as you want. Then you stick that ad that it submits in all these forms, into your web macro, and you tell Windows Scheduler to run it every morning at 3 a.m. while you're sleeping, for instance, or every week, just as often as it's supposed to run. So, I mean, you could be dead wrong, and this thing will wake the computer, run the task, and when it's finished, put the computer back to sleep. So you got 50 posts and 50 forms with your ad saying all kinds of important things that lead people to come and look at your stuff, maybe buy, or anything else you want web macros to do, like post your ads on Backpage, whatever else. You can have it do all kinds of things. Web Scraper Plus doesn't see pages like a human. It doesn't click through pages. It goes behind the scenes. It never opens a web page in the first place. It just runs behind the scenes through all the web pages at this massive speed, and it goes through the source code to get things done. There's a reason to need both. For instance, you hit a website where the link you need to click on, the text keeps changing on it all the time. And so you can't tell Web Scraper Plus what to click on because it's never the same. It's like new text or something. However, web macros can do things like count down to the third link, or it can click on JavaScript buttons that Web Scraper Plus wouldn't recognize, and stuff like that. These two work together, by the way. They work together quite well. So this is why they're sold together, because you really should get used to both of them. But the power, you can automate about anything you do with a mouse and a keyboard 10,000 times faster than you can do it without. All right, that's the stuff that's powerful about it. And then with web macros, of course, one instance where we use web macros but not Web Scraper Plus is, of course, the Moji system. Our two competencies, this is one of them right here, the Moji system. And so you can get in the Moji system, and this includes web macros, right? And then the other core competency, like I said, was TFAN. That's what this whole thing's explaining, what the purpose of it is, why it's important. Package secrecy is probably the most important single element. We tell you, normally you don't have problems finding websites. You don't have problems finding companies. You have problems knowing what to do when you get there. Okay? We teach you what to do when you get there and let you choose the websites or the companies to work it on. Okay? We teach you how to do everything you need. We tell you everything except for the name of the website to go to. The purpose? Everyone finds different websites. You don't have hundreds or thousands of people using the exact same product in the exact same way to do the exact same thing on the exact same website, which is what kills it. It kills the website's bandwidth when thousands of people, or even hundreds, are coming to it on a daily basis. Okay, it completely clogs their email queue when that happens as well. All right, package secrecy. Here, you learn how to create any kind of automation you need and different instances where it applies and how to deal with it for posting ads, contacting people, aggregating information together into one spot. And then we say, now go forth and do on whatever website you want. And you go forth and do. All right? Because you don't even care what website. If one doesn't work, do another. You could care less. All you know, if you build one for a website and it breaks later, you just shrug and build another one. You could care less. It takes you a couple hours to build one, and it can pay you $20,000 a week, if not $20,000 a month, because of what it does. And you get to fly under the radar on that website because there's might be 2 or 3 other people who figure it out, what you're doing, and do likewise on the same website, but not hundreds, certainly not thousands, just a couple. And so that package can last a long time. Internet marketers sell you package after package after package as fast as they can, mostly because